What's the plan, Coop?
Pull off the dinghy, put it on top of the boat, and then sail.
Put the dinghy on top of the boat.
Sail to Put-in-Bay. Well, no, drive to Put-in-Bay.
We're gonna motor to Put-in-Bay. You want to drag the dinghy behind?
I feel more comfortable like putting it on the boat.
Yeah. Why is that?
Because the motor makes me nervous.
Yeah. It's a fun sound, isn't it? You ready?
Yes.
Where are we going?
Put-in-Bay.
Put-in-Bay. We're gonna motor out there because there's no wind.
Yes.
All right. Let's do this. All right, throw the bow lines. How'd you do?
They landed on the dock this time.
Landed on the dock this time. Good job.
That's dangerous.
That's how you will slowly lower it back. So go ahead and lower it back. Let it back. Yep. Yep. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Lower it back.
But still,
It's fine.
it's nervous. I feel like it's gonna explode.
Feel like you're gonna lose your dinghy?
Yes.
If we lost your dinghy, could we just turn the sailboat around and go get it?
Yes.
Yeah. Cooper and I took our first solo trip over to South Bass Island and Put-in-Bay. We took his new inflatable with us, and it was the first time we towed it behind the sailboat. Heading over to the island, it was a smooth motor sail, and there was no wind, and Lake Erie was flat. On our motor sail over to South Bass, Cooper and I started listening to a book called Flags of Our Fathers. Cooper is into World War II history, and this book follows the lives of 5 Marines and 1 Navy corpsman who were involved in the raising of the flag on Iwo Jima and the effects of those events on their lives. Can you read it?
Yeah, I got it.
What is it? What does that boat say? Edison Ford. We only make about 5 knots under motor, so the going is slow. Cooper wishes we could motor faster as the Jet Express blew by us. All right. What did you just do?
How's that do?
What did you do before that?
Got a mooring ball?
You picked up a mooring.
Yeah.
You picked up a mooring ball
Yeah.
on your sailboat?
Yes.
And go show us where that's at.
Sure. It's called the C6.
We're on C6. We're on C6, Put-in-Bay.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people in here. Yeah, we should be able to go. One of the best parts of having a boat is getting to jump off of it and go swimming. I love the fact that our kids have learned to swim on Lake Erie. Almost every time we go for a sail, the question of swimming comes up. Lake Erie isn't the clearest of lakes because of the mud bottom and agricultural runoff, but the bay wasn't too bad.
Gets in here. Hi, mooring ball. Mine. It's my pet. It's my pet. No. No, you're weird. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
In the last episode of Cooper Learns to Sail, Cooper and I found a never-been-used stainless steel grill for the back of the boat at a flea market. And Cooper's choice for dinner was bratwurst and broccoli. We had dinner and got some more of our audiobook in. I flew the drone while Cooper took his dinghy out to annoy the other boats in the mooring field. We threw on some clothes and headed onto the island for the evening. When mooring at Put-in-Bay, we paid $35 for the night, and that included unlimited water taxi rides into the pier. Cooper would hail the taxi on his ship-to-shore radio, and they'd be out in a few minutes to pick us up, and it was pretty neat.
Had both propellers, and if they went fast as they wanted to, it would create wake and it would shift slow. So they added 4 more propeller, like not propellers, but 4 more like of the fins on the side of it. They added 4 more of those on each side, and it made it go really fast, not even going at full speed. So there's no wake.
We got a big freighter up there. Did you see the big freighter?
Yeah.
We spent some time walking around the square, and of course, Cooper was drawn to the military artillery. After Cooper figured out how to operate the gun, we blew up a bunch of boats in the harbor, and we finished with a walk through the park. We rented some bikes and took a ride over to Perry's Monument. Perry's Monument is 352 feet tall and is the world's largest Doric column. I had to Google Doric columns because I had no idea what that meant, but it has to do with Greek and Roman architecture. It was constructed at Put-in-Bay, Ohio from 1912 to 1950 with the goal of helping us remember the lessons of international peace. The memorial column, which rises over Lake Erie, is 5 minutes from the U.S.-Canadian border. Perry's Monument stands 47 feet taller than the Statue of Liberty in New York Harbor, and the upper deck platform is 12 feet higher than the Statue of Liberty's torch. 6 officers slain during that battle are interned under its rotunda, but Perry himself is buried in Rhode Island. Perry's victory and the International Peace Memorial was established to honor those who fought in the Battle of Lake Erie during the War of 1812 and to celebrate the long-lasting peace between Britain, Canada, and the United States. Beneath the stone floor of the monument lies the remains of 3 American officers and 3 British officers. Carved into the walls inside of the rotunda are the names of the soldiers and sailors who were killed or injured in the Battle of Lake Erie.
What?
Did you see the guy who drove the bus?
No.
He's smoking a cigarette bigger than a nail. It looks bigger than our tires, Dad.
I mean, that's called a cigar. This bike's awful.
After our time at the monument, we rode down to the island's south end. In the summer on Lake Erie, there's a lot to do on the islands. This evening was the annual Bash at the Bay. The town center clears out and everyone hops on a bus or golf cart and heads to the island's airport for a big concert. Brad Paisley and Zach Brown headlined the 2022 Bash to the Bay. And I think in 23, Luke Bryant and Pitbull will be there. Security was pretty tight and it was hard to get a look at the stage of what was going on, so we headed back up to the town center. It was pretty quiet with everyone down at the concert, so we took a lap and then headed back to the water taxi to head out to the boat for the evening.
Hey, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? Look. Which one of those places do you want to go? Where do you want to go?
Corey, we're about to miss it. It's coming right now.
You want to go to Chicago?
No, I got the bus. It's right here.
It was kind of a long night because one of the other boats left their anchor alarm on in a too tight of a radius, and so it went off every 5 minutes until 2 a.m. when the owners stumbled back upon their boat.
Boo. Wake. Wakey, wakey. Did you sleep well?
No,
No. Neither did I.
you didn't either.
You eventually fell asleep though, right?
Yeah.
Good.
In the morning, we checked the weather, and while it was a bit breezy, it looked clear, so we decided to get off the mooring and head back to Catawba.
Can we trade it out for the Coast Guard boat?
No.
Coast Guard boat! Woohoo! It's a Coast Guard boat. There. I like cars. It's stormy!
Status update, what's going on?
We're in a hurricane.
We're not in a hurricane.
I need to shut the hatch. That's
You're gonna shut the hatch? Why do you need to shut the hatch?
what?
Is it raining? Oh, pick up my phone.
That's great, it's shallow.
Hey, pick up your Pringles. Pick up your Pringles.
Taking out of water. Well, we took on water.
We took on water.
Uh-oh.
So it's looking pretty stormy out there.
Why did I choose to leave at such a horrible moment?
Look, if we would have waited another hour, look how nice it is behind there.
Ah.
We're gonna get wet.
Hey, by the way, first storm in Lake Erie. First storm on Cooper Arms Sail.
That's right, we're gonna get a little wet.
We were about 30 minutes into our trip, and the clouds rolled in and the wind started to pick up right as we turned south off of the island's northeastern point. It was time to get caught in our first weather event. Most people that I've talked to about being on Lake Erie talk about how fast the storms roll in from the west, and we experienced this while trying to get home. When we pulled off the mooring, things looked okay. There was nothing on the radar. There wasn't a chance of rain, and the wind reports looked good. 30 minutes later, we were in it. I shut off the camera and didn't do any filming for the next hour as the waves started to build 2 to 4 feet at 4-second periods. The only thing that gave me a little comfort was that there were a lot of fishing boats out between the islands and they weren't running for the harbors just yet. Most of them still had their anchors out and were attempting to ride it out. The winds were out of the west, southwest, and there was a stretch of about a mile where the waves and winds were building across Port Clinton's Bay and rolling out to Kelly's Island. That wasn't much fun to be out in. But once we got in the lee of Mouse Island and Catawba Point, my nerves calmed down.
Was that a successful trip?
Yes.
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 Was it a little stormy?
Yes.
But did you handle it?
Yes.
Yeah. We still gotta go get breakfast, right? You wanna go to that diner right by Hurl's?
I don't know.
This was our last big sail for 2022. Cooper started 7th grade the week after this trip. The years are starting to pick up, and Cooper is figuring out life as he learns to sail. I'm reminded that life and the moments like this weekend are going by faster and faster. In a few short years, Cooper will be getting a driver's license, pursuing a job, and starting adventures of his own. Maybe sailing will be a part of his adventure, or maybe not. But regardless, my hope is over the next few years, he will remember how blessed, cared for, and loved he is as we spend time out on the water.